What's going on, guys? So last night I put out a post, obviously you guys saw it, on my story on Facebook and Instagram, asking what you guys want to talk about as far as questions. If you guys have any questions, John C from South Jersey asked me, what's your fall topwater setups? And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of different scenarios that you can do, either a Zero Spook or any kind of chug walking bait, it doesn't matter. But here in South Jersey, and a lot of places that I do go to, these are my main two every time. Either a poppin' frog or a buzz bait. The buzz bait here, actually my buddy makes this buzz bait, Stephen Hanna. It's probably the only buzz bait that I can say that I can consistently have thrown for the last probably 15 years, literally. They're for sale at Blackwater Sports Center. There's two different ones that I think he makes at the store now. He's got a 1/4 ounce and a 3/8, which is the bigger one, so I throw a lot of. Besides that, poppin' frogs. Real simple, two colors, black and white. Days like today where it's really cloudy, overcast, a little bit of rain, I'm obviously going to throw a darker color. Light sunny days, I'm going for white. Modifications, pretty much the only modification I do to my frog, grab the hooks and just bend them, tweak them up a little itty bit, so if a fish does bite, it's got a lot more bite to it. But you guys can see basically in the background here, it's all gorilla hair, all Black Death, which here in South Jersey this time of year, it's everywhere. I think a lot of guys actually stray away from this kind of stuff, and you shouldn't. A lot of these fish this time of year are going to live in this stuff, and they're going to ambush bait that's coming off this main lake, working its way back to the creeks. Very good area. Now, one tip that I can give you guys, and this is for all of South Jersey. Right now I'm on a place called Rainbow Lake. This lake I think is like maybe 70 acres maybe. Most of our lakes here are from 50 to 100 acres. And you got to figure in a tournament situation, there's 25, 30 boats out here. It doesn't leave you a lot of water to fish after the first couple hours of the day. So the biggest thing that I'm going to do is I am going to cover water fast as I possibly can. So obviously this is a poppin' frog, but I'm going to show you how I fish it. So I'm going to throw it out there on top of all this stuff, and I'm just going to reel this frog, rod tip up. I'm just going to reel this frog, keep the nose up, goes right on top of it. But I get to an opening like this, that's where the poppin' frog part comes in. I'm going to pop it. Otherwise, I'm moving quick. A lot of these fish are going to show you, by doing it this way, they're going to show you they're there. I think at a reaction, when that frog's jumping across the top of this mat like this, I think a lot of these fish are going to react to it. Even if they don't want to eat it, they're going to show you they're there. And once you can get a fish to react, the good thing about a frog is you can throw a frog right back in on top of all them fish. You don't need a different kind of follow-up bait. The frog does it all. You can miss them on the frog, throw the frog back in there, and 9 times out of 10, you can get that same fish. So we're going to throw it out there, same deal. We're just going to reel it, keep that nose up high, burn it all the way across like that, get to an opening or an outside edge, then I'm going to pop the frog. Otherwise, I'm just going to cover a lot of water. Now, as far as my rod and reel setup, let's just go to the braid. So, always throw braid on a frog, obviously. A lot of you guys probably know that. I probably do a little bit different. I throw like a 40 or 50 pound, 50 max being the pound test size. I think with the 40 and 50, you could just have a lot better casting distance versus really heavy stuff. I never can say that I've had a problem breaking fish off with, 40 or 50 pound braid. It's all high seas. That's the braid that I throw. Besides that, I'm going to go for the rod. I'm going to go for a 7'2". I'm going to go for a 7'2" heavy. Shimano X Pride. This rod's got plenty of backbone to pull any fish out of any of this stuff. I don't care where it's at that I've got them out. Once you sink these big hooks, it's not coming off. Reel wise, I'm going to go with the Corrado K. I like the Corrado K because it's got a giant spool. It's got a really big handle, and that big handle, if I do get them stuck in there, that big handle gives me a lot of winching power. I'm going to go for the 200 XG. XG is the, really fast gear ratio for Shimano. I always like to be as fast as possible because, especially doing this stuff, if I A, miss the fish, I can bomb back in there really quick, but B, it just gives me a lot of that fast reel power to get them fish up and out of that cover. So that's pretty much my setup. John C, great question. We'll keep them coming, guys. You guys also keep the questions coming, and the videos will be flowing, and hope to help you guys out.